Hello, good evening. Welcome. Are you guys there? It looks on the like I'm talking to myself. Good evening. I am so honored to be here in front of you as your host this evening for Power Up Service and to be sharing the stage with such wonderful and powerful individuals. If you are watching us through the live stream, let us know where you're tuning in from. We would love to know. We feel your consciousness. And for those of you that are here, go ahead and check in on Facebook, and then you can go ahead and, put your phone on silent. We want you to be here for the full hour. Give yourself this gift to really be present, because we have some wonderful messages here from you, from our artists, and from our speaker. So, this evening we're gonna start off with Kiyoshi Shelton. And Kiyoshi fuses upbeat hip-hop soulful sounds with world musical vibrations. Today, with many years of creating rhythms and rhymes, he tours internationally to perform a socially conscious events, festivals, and venues, bringing soul and swagger to the masses. Never had to say swag on the pulpit before. Kiyoshi's live show is highly engaging and interactive and will get you dancing like never before. So stand up for his inspirational message with funky beats and give it up for a round of applause for Kiyoshi and Krista.
How y'all doing out there, Seaside? That was all right. I said, how you doing out there? Y'all can do better than that. Come on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Getting that energy flowing.
It's Wednesday
night. Thank y'all for being out here. So, yeah, like she said, I go by the name Kiyoshi. The first song I'm performing is called Get Up.
Do you think they should get up for this one?
Yeah, feel free to get up. Yeah.
Get on up.
You going to just clap to the rhythm? Let's see. Haven't performed this a cappella in a while. Maybe the first time doing a cappella, but it's going to be fun. All right, so just clap to the rhythm of our chorus. It goes, what we got to do to get up? So many things that we got to fix. Now the question is, what we got to do to get up? I hope we can change, because I want to know what we got to do to get up. Come on, every day and night, now I'm out here like what we got to do to get up. So get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Listen, it's like, I know the problem. They're not mentally there like folks in asylums. See, globally they suffering from post-trauma, so I'm bringing new traditions like Yogananda, predicting like Nostradamus, less war and conflict, more peace in the foreign politics. Why it ain't free to go to college? Why so many impoverished and prone to violence? I mean, so many cars we deal. Why they still want to kill when the sawed off still? In the hood where they steady getting caught on film, just want to shine like Paul Wall's grill and pay my bills. I just got laid off. Now how I'm supposed to pay rent? Got a degree, but why is it so hard for me to make sense? Why they gotta pay so much money to gain money? Yo, they stay hungry, asking what we gotta do to get up. So many things that we gotta fix. Now the question is, what we gotta do to get up? I hope we can change, cause I wanna know what we gotta do to get up. Come on, every day and night, now I'm out here like what we gotta do to get up. So get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Why they gotta execute these youth with a dang noose? Why these racial groups splitting like cashews? And why they shooting them from Ferguson to Jerusalem? Bullet wounds to their tomb like food in aluminum. They wrapped up. Why they still shooting even with their hands up? Why don't more people stand up? It's like the riots in the 60s. Police dogs, bulletproof vests, and protests for innocent teens. Why we so unaware of this love we share? We forget we bleed the same blood. For these sons, I'm sending a ton of prayers. Being the change that I want to see. Free like a summer breeze from my lungs. So breathe love, one with peace. Yeah, high vibrations across the planet to have this divine inspiration. Something that you can't avoid. My revolutionaries make some noise. Say what we gotta do to get up. So many things that we gotta fix. Now the question is, what we gotta do to get up? I hope we can change, cause I wanna know what we gotta do to get up. Every day and night, now I'm out here like what we gotta do to get up. So get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Why don't we have free healthcare and education? Why not replace school detention with meditation? Why religions always gotta hate on gay couples? Why is it so hard for a lot of guys to hug and say I love you? Why do we spend more time on gadgets and reality shows than family time and impacting the globe? Why don't we see More love surrounding us. Why these ghetto families so malnourished? And why these third world bodies keep piling up? Government says in God we trust, but why is it so corrupt? Why not feed the whole world and get rid of welfare? Why they try to keep you from alternative health care? And why they giving real little teens in desk chairs and degrade women on TV so much? That ain't fair, yo. So many questions, not enough answers. That's why I'm out here asking.
What we gotta do to get up? So many things that we gotta fix. Now the question is, what we gotta do to get up? I hope we can change, cause I wanna know what we gotta do to get up.
Come on.
Every day and night, now I'm out here like, what we gotta do to get up?
Let's get up.
Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Thank you, y'all.
Thank you.
Featuring Krista Richards.
Love you guys.
Wow. All right. Are you powered up now? Are we powered up now? Yeah. All right. We woke up. All right. I like that. Okay. So, with Power Up, we always have a practitioner with us. And this evening, we have Audra Nicole. She is on the leadership team for Centers for Spiritual Living, and she is hosting the Next Gen Retreat, which is a spiritual leadership retreat held annually. It's in the Redwood Forest, and it hosts individuals from 18 to 35 years old. And she is also a newly licensed practitioner and business consultant by trade. Whew! Give it up for Audra Nicole.
Good evening, family. Good evening. Let's all take a deep breath together, shall we? Come in and out. Let's do it again. And out. One more time, I want to hear you on the exhale. Ready? There you are. Feeling the resonance of that exhale, of that breath. That is the one breath that we all share. This life force that moves through each of us. The magic that we have our being in, that has its being in us. This thing that we call life, that we know as God, as the one trueness, loves us so much that it chose to live as each of us. This same magic that paints every set of butterfly wings is the thing that is me. I am the place that God is and moves and breathes. I am abundance in action. I am love made true. I am one with you. And as I know this for myself, I know this for each one here. I know that each one is the God in form, here tonight to celebrate in community, in unity, together. I know that tonight's message is the perfect message for each one here. I know that this musician, every member of our staff and community that made this night possible is a gift, and so is each one here. For the magic and the goodness and the oneness, I am so grateful for this and so much more. Knowing the power of this word, I know that as it is said, it is already done, and I release it as such so that together we can say and know, and so it is.
Thank you, Audra. All right. So, we all came here for a reason. There's something that brought you out of your house to get into your car to drive here. So together, we're going to go in within and find our intentions for this evening. What are you here for? What are you looking for? What are you looking to deepen? What questions do you have? So together, with Krista's noodling, we're going to go within and find our intention. start open up our eyes, come back into this room. What came up for you? For me, the word that came up was joy. Guidance. Whoa. Acceptance of my soul growth. Inner peace. Release from fear. Abundance. Peace. Connect with spirit. Oh, guys, you guys came for some heavy stuff here. Well, you came to the right place. For all the intentions spoken and unspoken, and for all of you who are watching through our live stream and who will watch later on, together we say, and so it is. Oh, it's going to be a good night. I could feel it, like I could feel it like from my little toes to my fingertips. It feels good. All right. So, this evening, we have Mel Robertson, and she is a wake-up call in a world where many falsely claim that addressing the physical clutter alone is enough, and that you can get clutter-free if you just follow a schedule and stick to it. Though she does believe that a regular schedule is helpful once you've addressed the root of the clutter. Now, Mel shares the truth about being a woman who overcame her struggle with clutter and depression, as well as the very best strategies for getting organized without feeling overwhelmed and losing yourself in the process. I'm so happy I'm here. This is exactly what I need. When she shares her experience and ideas in her newsletter, on social media, and in sessions with her private clients, let's bring our hands together and welcome Mel Robertson.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here with you tonight, and it's really an honor to be here as a channel for spirit. My life is totally blessed today, and you'll hear more about that later. But what I want to share with you tonight is this month's topic is about abundance. And so, how many people out here already know that abundance is your birthright? Excellent. If you don't already know, don't worry. You're not alone. And I actually didn't realize that abundance was my birthright for a long time either. In fact, I expected to be cluttered, miserable, and depressed for the rest of my life. I experienced a lot of trauma growing up, and no one expected me to make it to my 18th birthday. And I'm really nervous up here because this is my first time talking in front of people on stage, and I feel like I've totally lost my train of thought, so I'm just going God, let me just start over. Welcome to Power Up. How many people here are ready to get powered up tonight? Are we ready to get powered up? Yes, let's get powered up. Oh, gosh. Yes. So I thought that I was going to be cluttered, miserable, and depressed for the rest of my life. All growing up, I was depressed and miserable and completely cluttered. I even had a therapist tell me that I had probably been depressed since I was 4 years old. And in my room, there were 2 paths on my floor that only I knew how to navigate. The rest of the floor was covered. And that was the inside. That was the outside. But what I didn't realize then was that the outside is just a mirror of the inside. And because on the inside, I was a cluttered mess too. I had all kinds of repressed emotions, limiting beliefs, and resentments I was hanging on to from a childhood that had been littered with trauma and loss. Just to name a few of the things, my parents had separated early when I was about 4 or 5. And growing up, I experienced multiple sexual traumas. And then by the age of 15, I experienced what I consider the dark night of my soul. And I lost my older brother to suicide. And I was the sole inheritor of all his belongings at 15 years old. So needless to say, you can understand why I thought I'd be cluttered, miserable, and depressed for the rest of my life, right? Well, after I lost my brother to suicide, my life pretty much spiraled out of control for a while. And I actually got kicked out of my high school for being a danger to myself and others. Me, a danger to myself and others. And my life got so dark that really no one expected me to make it to my 18th birthday. And so at that point, my parents sought help for me. And what that looked like was I spent the next year and a half of my life in a residential treatment center for adolescents. And it was a really dark period in my life. But what I want to say about that is that at that time in my life, even as dark as it was, I knew that my life was being guided by Spirit. From as early as I can recall, I remember knowing that we're all brothers and sisters because we came from the same Father. I wasn't brought to church ever. It was just something that I knew inside of me. And then within a few years, Spirit led someone to come actually take me to church. It wasn't my family. Someone from outside of my family started taking me to church, and I became a sponge. And for the next 7 years, all I wanted was the eyes to see and the ears to hear. I wanted to be able to access the Holy of Holies. And after losing my brother to suicide, I was informed that he didn't quite make it into heaven. And needless to say, that didn't resonate with a 15-year-old in my heart. And that stopped answering my questions. But I became a seeker of the truth. And the greatest lesson I learned during that period in my life was that I could have a personal relationship with God. That I could talk to Spirit just like I would talk to you, my best friend. No holds barred. And it was really because of that relationship that I made it through the darkest night in my life, the darkest night of my soul. You know, I'm so blessed to have made it through all of that. And because I continued to seek, Spirit continued to lead. And while I was living in that residential treatment center at 15 years old, I was introduced to yoga and mindfulness. And what I learned through yoga and mindfulness was how to be present for all of that repressed emotions, all of those limiting beliefs, and all of those resentments I was carrying. And because I learned to be present for all of it, something totally unexpected happened in my life. And that was that I got organized from the inside out. Now, what the heck is that, right? What I mean by that is because I became willing to witness all of that stuff that I had run away from my entire life, what started to happen was that I started to make space on the inside. And because the outside is a mirror of the inside, as it is above, so it is below, as it is within, so it is without, by starting to make space inside me, the outside started to match naturally. It was law. And so what that looked like was I actually started to declutter and organize my outside space effortlessly. I didn't have to force myself to do it anymore. It just happened naturally, and I actually started to enjoy it. And it's actually one of my favorite hobbies now. I love creating space. But it didn't happen overnight for me. There are no quick fixes. Getting organized from the inside out was a gradual process. But the unexpected gift that happened from being willing to be witness to everything that I had been running from was that the more space I created, the more abundant my life became. There was a direct correlation. The more I became willing to witness everything that I had been running from, all the inner clutter, the more I was able to access abundance in all areas of my life. You deserve to be abundant. It's your birthright. Jesus said, I have come that you should have life and that you should have it abundantly. What does it mean to be abundant? To be abundant is to be in the flow. It's well-being. To be abundant is to experience having more than enough in all areas of your life. You deserve to have an abundance of love, health, joy, and wealth. And because it's your birthright, what that means is that it's always accessible to you. It's always right here. And because it's your birthright, It also means that if you're not experiencing abundance in all areas of your life, that there's something blocking the flow. That's the inner clutter. And all you have to do is learn how to stop blocking the flow. And all that's required of you to do that is just your presence and your willingness to meet yourself right where you are in this moment. That is it. Does that sound like too much to ask? To access your abundance in all areas of your life? Well, who out there is ready to claim your birthright? Who is ready to experience abundance in all areas of your life? Well, great. Well, I want you to stay tuned for tonight's call to action, where I'm going to share with you a simple tool that you can use to get into the flow and access abundance in all areas of your life. Now I'll turn it back to Kat.
Woo! I'm coming. All right. Wasn't she amazing and she was nervous? Wow. Wow. All right. So, before we go into the call to action, maybe you have some questions. Maybe she sparked something within you. And remember, a question that you have, someone else might have, and you're brave enough to bring it up. So I'm going to come down, which means that I'm going to find you if you have a question, and hand over the mic. Usually when I raise my hand, other people raise their hand. See how it works?
Can you please elaborate about being in the moment?
Yes, absolutely. Elaborate about being in the moment. Clutter really builds up because it's about our avoidance of things. So we avoid, we resist, and we deny. And so all that's required of us to clear that inner clutter is to learn to just be present. And that's about allowing what is to be right in the moment. So sitting still and being quiet and allowing whatever is to be there. If you have a twitch in your toe, just noticing that twitch in your toe without trying to change it or fix it. Or if you have an ache in your stomach, just being aware of what the sensation feels like and not trying to change or fix anything. It's about allowing what is to be there without resistance and without clinging and trying to hang on to it. It's finding that place of neutrality. Does that help?
A little bit.
Okay. Anyone else?
Are there any other questions?
So realizing that life continues to have its ups and downs. So when you were facing some of these downs, how did you get yourself out of those when you were dealing with all these other issues?
Good question. My strength really came from my relationship with Spirit. I mean, there were so many times that I was just in the fetal position, curled up in a ball, like crying my eyes out, screaming and raging at God. But it was because I could have that personal relationship that He was my best friend, that I could expose myself in that way and just be real and just bare my soul. And by being able to do that, I was given the strength and the grace to get through it. And knowing that, I had this knowing that it couldn't be for naught. Like I wasn't going through all this just because I was supposed to go through it. It had to have a bigger purpose. It had to be used to help others someday. And I think that was part of my driving strength too.
Do we have any other questions?
I'm involved as a youth director at One Heart, One Mind Center for Spiritual Living, and so I deal with youth. And you talked about having problems during the time you were in high school, and I was wondering if you have some ideas about how youth could be reached when they have problems, and how someone could serve as a resource to guide them to a better place.
You know, for me, I think the greatest gift that I received was people that were loving and caring that came into my life, because I was brought up and I spent most of my life not really living with my family and pretty much raised by people in treatment. And it was those relationships that I built with people, those connections that I had that really helped me to grow, having people that I could trust in my life that saw my strengths and saw my potential that I couldn't see in myself, and guiding me to that. You know, and letting me do whatever I needed to do, but always seeing that potential in me and knowing that I had that.
In your introduction, Kat shared that you work with clients as well. So in working with a variety of clients, I'm sure that over the time you tend to see maybe one or two common challenges that you witness in your clients. So what is that common challenge that you witness, and how do you service that commonality?
Absolutely. What is the common challenge? So the common challenges that a lot of my clients have are clutter comes from avoidance, and so they have problems finishing what they start, following through, and just doing general daily maintenance tasks like washing the dishes and doing the laundry. Those things are really hard for them to do. But what I've realized, it's like when you try to force yourself to do something from the outside, it's all this force and all this effort, and it's so hard. But when you just get quiet and start to make the space inside, that you just meet yourself right where you are, making that space starts to shift you inside to where you don't have to force yourself to declutter. You're changing inside, so your behaviors start to change. So you procrastinate less. You put that thing away right when you're done with it. Those things start to change over time from making the space on the inside, rather than you can try to do all these things to force yourself to get it done, but it's all this effort and all this struggle, and it should just be flow. It should just come from the inside out. And it's a gradual process. Like, I don't not procrastinate on everything in my life. I don't not have a little bit of clutter on my desk, you know what I mean? But it's just, gradually going with the process and allowing yourself to evolve and be in the refiner's fire.
I'm coming.
Lots of questions tonight. As sweat's pouring down my face from these bright lights.
Well, how do you decide or recognize what it is you're running away from? Because not everybody is that honest with themselves, Mm-hmm. A lot of people are in such denial, they don't see it. Mm-hmm. So what is a good trigger to see what you're running away from?
I think the most important thing is that it doesn't get revealed to us all at once. It's like you have to build a relationship. I ran from myself my entire life because I didn't want to feel any of those uncomfortable emotions. And so I was constantly on the run, avoiding myself. And so what I had to learn to do was have a relationship with myself. And you have to do that by making time every day. And so it's making that time every day to make that connection. Yeah.
Okay, we have time for one more question. I'm coming.
Right? Seriously.
I was just curious if you ever have clients come to you who have tried fixing the outside first and it didn't work, and then they realize that they need something more spiritual.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've worked with clients in their homes. That's how I started. And now I primarily just do the inner clutter coaching with clients. And yeah, I've actually worked with a client in their home, and it took them a couple years before they even ready to start doing the inner work. And now she's transitioned from someone who's had me coming in her home to now she's coaching with me, doing the inner work now. So it's a gradual process. I mean, we're working with people who've maybe been hoarding their entire life, and their houses, they're surrounded by clutter in their entire house. Like, you're not going to get through that overnight, and you're not going to change those behaviors overnight. You have to be willing to meet yourself where you are on a daily basis and really build that relationship. You don't make a best friend by just saying hi like once a week, right? You got to get down to the nitty gritty. You got to meet yourself. You got to be present for what's there, and you got to be willing to witness whatever shows up. Whether it be some anger, whether it be some fear, whether it be sadness, whatever comes up, you just let it come up and you let it be there and you let it do what it needs to do, and then it goes bye-bye. But what happens is we just resist it and we fight it, and it gets stuck when all it wants is our attention. We just have to acknowledge it. Oh, hi, sadness. Okay, there's some sadness. I don't need to know why. There's just some sadness. It's just energy. And by that being willing to just see it and notice it, it's gone. And then you've made space. And now you're going to make space on the outside too. And now things are going to change on the outside too. Like, if your life is really busy and you're one of those people that just doesn't have time to do anything, when you start to make space, you start to have more time in your life. More time opens up. It's just magic when you do it.
All right, thank you. See, the great thing about being the host is that I get to see all these talks, but then I have no excuse, right? Like, I have to, like, declutter. All right, so I just want to acknowledge real quick that we have, for the first time ever in Power Up history, that's right, 3 months, a pianist here. We haven't had a pianist before, so can we just give her a round of applause and really honor her? Yes, it's Krista Richards, everybody. So, give a round of applause to Krista and Kiyoshi.
Once upon a time, not long ago, there lived a tribe known as the Immortal Souls. Flying free from all parts of the globe, they lived a story yet to be told. They are the ones we've been waiting for, and they are we, and we are them, the ones we've been waiting for. Reflections of each other's perfection. We met in alternate lifetimes beyond skylines, a divine white light. This is my tribe. Lost generation emerging from catacombs of consciousness across continents, found within emerald tablets, bringing balance to what was and what is. Messengers of the light. We are here, restoring balance. Trip by trip, we dip in subconscious realms, telling tales, Toltec, Tibetan, and Sanskrit mantras. Freedom hollering with peace fingers. Wisdom keepers, we be sun gods and goddesses, calling this heaven home. Sunrise, setting intentions in Costa Rican jungles, cuddled in puddles synchronistically, floating, symbiotic, interconnected, and unscathed. See, we be, and we are. Shamanic DJs massaging eardrums on dance floors, weaving psychedelic neon like grandmas knitting silk. My tribe rocking organite pendants like African medallions in '89, chasing time. We dance ecstatic, campfires and drum circles, hula hooping hot springs like circus clowns. We smile, fresh like lavender pressed upon wrist during ceremony, or like brother bear hugs on torso, 'cause the snuggle is real. And hug life is our motto. So follow us as we lead. Follow us as we lead. Freestyling unspoken language. Sages of new paradigm where pairs of minds carry time and time is non-linear. Wormholes of words told, shifting awareness on corporate blocks. Speaking truth to Monsanto and Bilderberg plots, cause we can't stop, won't stop. We've come too far to go behind. We won't stop, the future is ours. We control the time, I say we control the time. Seaside, we control the time. Cause we be, and we are, hip-hop, bass drops, roots, reggae, electroshocks, ambience, punk rock, EDM to make you pop lock. They better stop committing medicines and pharmaceuticals, blackfish, conspiracies, fracking, ISIS, oh, this got me pissed, but we are the change they don't want to see. We are the change changing old patterns of society, transformational, powerful, exuberant, our tribe, we are and we be. Griot storytellers, light workers, energy healers, mystics, scholars, Jedis, teachers, elders, burners, artists, indigos, crystal children, nonconformists, weirdos, revolutionaries, and free thinkers. We think for the youth of the future, allowing heart to guide us like compass needles on hikes. So we rise together as one and raise vibrations. Shooting bullish like bullets through cotton. Never forgotten, the veil has been lifted. And our tribe is in the forefront, ushering in a new tradition. See, the time has come. Division and inequality must cease. Thematicas, we're in this together, y'all. Race, religion, creed, orientation, and background can't matter no more, cause we're in this together, y'all. We must no longer subscribe to old systems of conditioned negativity. We must no longer subscribe to that which has failed humanity. You see, once upon a time, not long ago, there lived a tribe known as the Immortal Souls, flying free from all parts of the globe. We are living a story now being told. The world is waiting to learn, so we teach. They need us, so we teach. The world needs us. Future generations need us infinitely. Our tribe. Our tribe. Give it up, Chris Richards on piano.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Hip hop, tribe. I can't rap. That's not what I'm here for. I am the host. There was just so much, right? It's all moving. All right. And I know at this point we're up, we're feeling it, we're live. Do you guys feel powered up at this point? All right. So we woke up. Hallelujah. So I know that you want to know, what are these tools? What were you talking about? How is it that we can incorporate this into our lives? So let's welcome Mel Robertson back on stage.
All right, how do we do this? How do we allow what is so we can access the flow of our abundance? It's not really complicated. Like I said, it requires your presence and your willingness to meet yourself right where you are. And so all it takes is you being willing to start off. If you don't have a meditation practice already, start with 5 minutes. But if you already do, start with 15 minutes. And it's just a practice I call allowing the now. And it's just for you, if you need to place your hand someplace on your body so you can feel a connection to your body. If you want to try and just close your eyes with me for a minute, we can just do it really quickly so you have an experience. Just notice what it feels like for your hand to be on your thigh, or your butt to be resting on the chair, or your feet to be sitting on the floor. Let that be your point of attention. That's where your mind wants to be. And all you're doing is just witnessing and noticing whatever sensations are going on there. It's about getting curious and exploring and wanting to know. And just witnessing and watching. Sometimes you'll have a little muscle twitch go through your thigh, and just witness it, just watch it. But what's going to start to happen as you start to do this every day, you're going to start to build a relationship with yourself so that inner clutter will start to reveal itself. Because it doesn't show up all at once. It doesn't come up so that you can't handle it. It will always come up in a way that you're ready for. It took over a year for me really doing this practice before what I consider kind of my core wound, my core trauma was kind of revealed to me in meditation, and I was able to work through a lot of the emotions and the pain that was coming up from that. So don't go in with the expectation that you're going to get these insights and all this stuff is going to happen. The whole intention is to just be present and witness what's going on without trying to change it. You're not trying to fix anything. You're not trying to cling to anything. You're not trying to resist anything. You're just witnessing what's there. And so just breathing and paying attention to the warmth of your hand on your leg or the pressure of your feet on the floor, and just noticing what that feels like. And when your mind wanders, because it's going to, notice that your mind wandered without judging yourself. Just allow yourself to have your mind wander, and then just gently bring it back. And do this consistently every day, and you're going to notice huge changes in your life, things that you're struggling with. If you're one that procrastinates a lot, you'll find that you start finishing what you start. You'll actually put the dishes away after you wash them or the laundry away. You know, things will start to change. If your schedule is really busy, you'll find that you change your priorities and make more time for yourself. If you struggle with clutter, you'll find that you just naturally will start to want clear space in your life because you're making space inside. It has to match outside. It will just start to happen naturally if you stay consistent. but this requires your presence and your willingness to meet yourself right where you are. And those are the hardest things to do because we have been running from meditation from ourselves for our entire lives, right? So just be willing to meet yourself where you are and commit that you're going to try at least for 5 minutes every day until next week. And I'd love to hear what happens for you over the week. Thank you.
Okay, so you guys get to come here and meditate with me every day at 12 o'clock. I'm here. All right. So I'm going to ask for our ushers to come forth and for Audra to come up on stage. This is a time during our service when we as a community get the great honor of supporting this service and the center that gives us so much. By participating in the law of circulation helps each one of us become more generous and more prosperous people. For everything that we give back comes back to us, amplified and increased. This is not why we give, this is how we give. So I invite you to place your financial gift over your heart and repeat after me. This gift I give is God in action. I give it in joy. I give it in love. I give it in gratitude for all the good in my life. And so it is. Oh, and I'm going to have Audra do a quick blessing.
It is with immense appreciation and gratitude we receive these gifts of abundance, feeling the flow of the infinite, unbound, opulent, good. In this money and in all things, we receive this gift joyfully with great stewardship, so that we may continue to grow in love and support this community. We are so grateful. So it is.
Oh, you see, you guys get to enjoy the service, so you get to like really hear the message and then really feel the music, and I have to run back up here. Not that I'm complaining, I love it. I'm just saying, like, I'm still feeling it, like, I'm still feeling the music. Right, so I can just sit there and feel, right, yeah. I'm gonna think about that. Talking of which, if you wanna come and help me for Wednesday nights, you know where to find me. I'm here every day, Monday through Thursday. Call your girl. Last week, we had Amy Steinberg here, and Amy did a phenomenal job, and the call to action last week was to write down 10 things that we are grateful for. Also, if there was something that came up and it kind of made us feel funky, you have funky thoughts. Sometimes I have funky thoughts. She said to replace it with something that makes you feel good. In her case, the alternate was chocolate cake. Am I right? Yeah. Cupcakes. You're right. It was cupcakes. For me, it was puppies. Yes, it was puppies. So if you were here last week, then you were able to try it for this week. And if you weren't, is there anything that came up while Mel was talking that you would like to share or you would like to talk about, or just something happened this week? Because at the end of the day, this is a community. It's not about me. It's not about me being up here. It's not about us. It's about you. It's about how we create this community. And that's what makes us different here at Wednesday night, because it's not just about what's happening on stage. It's what's happening right here on the floor. So share with me. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Because I can talk all night. Trust me, I can talk all night. You don't want me to talk all night. See, Cameron doesn't want me to talk all night.
Hi, kitty cat. Yes, last week, Amy said, do your 10 gratitude things. And I have a tendency to go to bed and worry about everything that needs to be done tomorrow, or wake up in the morning and immediately hit the ground running, worrying about everything that has to be done. So it's funny, we always look for that one thing that is not working that we need to solve and battle in the day, rather than all the 99 things that are going right. So I actually started counting things that are going right, and I forgot about what I was worried about. So it was kind of a meditation. Anyway, just wanted to share that.
Thank you. Yeah, Cameron. Yes.
Well, I wasn't here last week, but I practiced some of this week. I had to go see somebody in Laguna Beach, and I realized how beautiful that area was. And I kept looking at the water and thinking, God, everything is so wonderful. Why do you ever complain about anything? Water is so beautiful. The sky is so beautiful. Everything's beautiful. And if I just might add another thing, I'm kind of doing a project to try to find out how to have a good youth program. And if anybody is a youth volunteer, youth parent, or has been in a youth program, could you talk to me afterwards? Thank you.
Thank you. Gratitude. Anybody else want to share?
I wasn't here last week either because this is my first time here.
Welcome.
Thank you. So I just wanted to say that I was grateful that I found you all and that I could be here. And for Mel, I loved your talk. Thank you.
Thank you. If you are new, come talk to me. I like people. Is there anyone else that would like to share what happened this week, what happened last week, what happened this year? Like, we're in a whole new year, guys. Like, it's January 2018. That happened. Yeah. All right, so fine, I'll talk. So, I was really hoping somebody would raise their hand at that point. So this week, I was really... You did? Yes, girl. I'm just over here. I'm coming. I can talk all day. Oh, yeah, you do have a mic.
Is it on? Oh, check it out. So I just actually wanted to share something. I just loved your talk. Thank you so much. And when you were sharing about like the feelings and the things that we're with that they get stuck. You know, I have a thing that I say that stuck feelings just want to be felt. And if we don't feel them, then they get backlogged. So I have a friend who she shares about this all the time, and so I was inspired. I'm like, I gotta write a song about this now. So thank you so much for reminding me about this little tidbit, this juicy morsel. Because once we start feeling our feelings that have been stuck, then we can start feeling feelings in the real time, and that's when that flow that you're talking about comes from. So I'm just so inspired by that conversation. I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Guess what we're gonna have next quarter, guys? We're gonna hear that song. So there are so many things that I can share with you, but while you were talking, you said something about, I don't know what it was that really incited this, but I remember there was a point where I was really, really sad. This was like maybe 3 years ago, really sad. And have you ever felt that feeling? Have you ever felt that moment where it's like all of a sudden everything is okay? Like you're in the midst of like hurt and pain and you're crying, or maybe you're not crying, but all of a sudden it's like it vanishes and you could take a deep breath, right? It's like the moment that you remember that you could breathe, right? It's really what it is. You just remember that you can breathe, and you remember that even though you're so hurt and you feel like you're so broken, you realize that you're still here. So if you're still here, we still have an opportunity to do something about it. We still have an opportunity to make something of ourselves. We still have an opportunity to be somebody, and everything is gonna be okay. So that's just me sharing. Sometimes when I go into meditation, I go back to those moments. I go back to those moments where I felt like there was nothing else. This is it. What am I doing here? What is the point? And I tell her it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm here. So whenever I feel those moments now, I know that it's the future me, like, Kat, I got you. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be okay. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought that it was, appropriate. All right, thank you. Are you sure you don't wanna add? Okay, fine. Next time. Oh, now everybody, yes! Because remember, I don't do cardios on Wednesday for this reason.
Thank you, Mel, for that talk and for the reminder that meditation is an excellent precursor to what religious science and Christian metaphysics has offered us in the way of spiritual mind treatment. That is the answer once you get in connection with God to ask for something. I knew a unity minister that used to say that Jesus said, ask. He never said, make me guess.
Right.
As far as meditation, one thing that I found most helpful for me was the CD that came from the Way of Mastery, the course that I'm studying, along with Course of Love and Course of Miracles. That CD is a meditation into the heart of Christ. It's about an hour long. I must have memorized it by now. Must have listened to it a few hundred times, and sometimes I listen twice at night, first thing, like before I go to bed, and first thing in the morning, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And there is so much power, and that power is so gentle. And we just ask for him to take every single step we take before us. He's there.
Whew. All right. So, I'm just really happy that I'm here and I get to have this conversation with you guys. How many of you know somebody that could have benefited from this talk, from this music, from being here this evening? Can I see a show of hands? Yeah. Okay. That's it? That's all the people? That's fine. Bring them next time. Just bring them with you, because we are here and we are doing something. We are creating a community. This is for you. This is for us. We're creating an entire community here. And if you just bring one person that's uplifted. That's one person that can carry the rest of their week feeling this message, feeling the way that you're feeling right now. And you can help too. You can like, you can share, you can repost on Facebook, on Instagram. We're on there. And all you're doing is sharing this feeling, this gratitude, this appreciation that we're feeling right now. All we're doing is sharing that light with the rest of the world. So I want to thank you, each and every single one of you, for sharing your consciousness, for being here this evening, and for sharing your smiles, your laughs, your tears. Thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. If you're watching on live stream, thank you. We feel your consciousness, and Ma, I know that you're watching, so hello. Thank you for Tim, who is on our visuals, and Gregory is as well. Thank you so much, guys. This evening, we have Ed Reeves, who's on sound. Thank you so much, Ed. We have Ginny Mills, who is our coordinator. Thank you so much, Ginny. We have Bruce Wilkinson, who's been holding the light, holding the space so that we can be here this evening. Thank you so much, Bruce. I want to thank Audra. Thank you so much for your consciousness and for being here. We have the first time ever pianist at Power Up, Miss Krista Richards. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kiyoshi, for sharing your music, your light, your love. And of course, we have Miss Mel Robertson, who has shared with us about decluttering, how to free ourselves from it. Thank you so much. So, with all that being said, I've thanked everybody. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, everybody, for bringing us here together. Thank you, Facebook, because if that's how you found us, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. So we have, that's for me. So we have one last song. We can all stand up for this last song. There are cookies at the end in the family room. If you want to talk to Mel, she's going to be in the family room as well. If you want to talk to me, please come and talk to me. And Kiyoshi has some CDs if you want to buy some. And with all that being said, thank you so much.
Thank you, y'all. Give it up for Catherine. Doing an amazing job. So we actually had a couple other songs we were going to perform, but we would have performed I Am the Light. However, I was so inspired sitting here and hearing the topic of gratitude, and we just did the gratitude prayer, and I was just thinking like, whoa, I got a song called Gratitude. I'm going to do that because gratitude has been the most powerful force in my life. It's allowed me to really shift myself in a upward progressive direction in many things, in so many areas all over. I've learned that even in the hard times or the bad times, I've allowed myself to give thanks to them because nothing's ever really bad because you only learn lessons from them. So your stumbling blocks are actually stepping stones. That's been one of the most important things. And also, like Krista said, not allowing things to backlog or what we were talking about earlier, allowing ourselves to really feel those negative or hurt emotions. You know, when somebody died or we lost a job or somebody rejected us. Rejection, a lot of times people feel like, oh man, forget this, and they just keep digging themselves in a bigger hole. Well, like, I applied for Trader Joe's like a couple months ago, and I got denied, and I was like, what the heck? And then I realized I really sat there and felt that and talked to a friend. They were like, yo, actually the universe is preparing you for something better. You have a lot of other things going on. That's why it didn't happen in this particular, time. So anyway, all that goes to show that basically I really felt that gratitude in that moment. And I felt many moments like that sitting in my corporate job years ago and like really being miserable, but then really shifting my thought process and really sinking in and feeling that gratitude and embracing it. So after really knowing the power of it, I wrote a song called Gratitude, which wasn't planned, but I'm going to sing it now because I feel inspired by all of you. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all. Gratitude. So it's like, I can name a million things, how I'm fulfilling all of my dreams. Because no matter what my life brings to me, I'm living in the here and now. See, I could have been dead and gone. Now I'm here singing this song. Because no matter what my life brings to me, I'm living in the here and now. Living in the here and now. Yeah. I'm living
in the here and now.
I'm so damn thankful I made it to San Diego. I'm thankful for my community full of beautiful angels. That's the life I choose. I'm thankful for my mama who raised me in Bible school so I could stay on track like Nike shoes. I'm thankful for my pops who taught me what music was, and Mike who taught me how to freestyle on the school bus, and for my nephews and nieces who teach me how to live life light harder, laughing out louder. So much beauty when you focus on that. Adult life has tendencies sometimes to hold us right back. Yo, I'm thankful for the house where I live, for the oceans, mountains, and hills, being able to smile at will. My cup overfloweth with love and greatness, wonder and amazement. Now I'm something sacred, compassionate like Thich Nhat Hanh. See, gratitude is where I still find God. Yo, I'm feeling gratitude. I take the good with the bad, because everything I need I have. I'm feeling gratitude in mind, body, and soul. No worries, cause I already know. I'm feeling gratitude. You can sing along now. I'm feeling gratitude. You can sing along now. I'm feeling gratitude. Yeah. I'm feeling gratitude. Listen. I'm thankful that I'm still alive from the accident. Could have been taken out like one of Adam's ribs. Now I'm standing for something like an acronym, on point like a javelin, mind traveling. See, one day gratitude will save the planet. This is real love I never want to take for granted. Got me singing like Temptations of the Great Dramatics. Satisfied like gorillas that just ate bananas. Homies back home say, yo, ever since you left Michigan, you've been all in that yoga, turning into a hippie kid. I'm like, yes, sir, because I'm healthier than I've ever been, stronger, wiser, on top of my game. I'm feeling filthy rich. This is the real me, silly and free. I'm simply working it out like drill teams, putting my burdens aside. Cause I'm the sperm that emerged on the earth's surface to serve with a real purpose. But first I'm gonna need to verbalize that I'm feeling gratitude like Macklemore at the Grammys, or back when I had snacks in school. I caught the past like lateral, laughing all afternoon, happy I mastered rap. I flashback, feeling that, having that gratitude. I'm feeling gratitude.
Everybody singing it.
Yeah, I'm feeling gratitude. What you feeling, y'all? I'm feeling gratitude. Sing along with us. I'm feeling gratitude. Hey, I'm
feeling gratitude.
We're going to sing the chorus again. I take the good with the bad, cause everything I need I have. I'm feeling gratitude in mind, body, and soul. No worries, cause I already know. I'm feeling gratitude. You can sing along now. Feeling gratitude. You can sing along now. Feeling gratitude. What you feeling? What you feeling? Feeling gratitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it up for yourselves.
Woo!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am Kiyoshi. You can
feel
find me
blessed
online.
up.
Kiyoshi Music.
Are we
K-I-Y.
feeling powered up here?
Woo!
All right,
Powered
so
up.
it's not over yet. You can go to the family room. There are cookies, and you can talk to all of us.